Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're doing more than just grammar. We're basically becoming detectives. We're going to unlock a really cool tool that lets you make smart, logical guesses about what people are doing right now or what they were doing. So let's jump right in.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with a little mystery, then I'm going to hand you your official grammar detective kit. We'll figure out how to make guesses in the present and in the past, and then, we'll put it all together to solve the case. And at the end, you'll get a chance to test out your own new deduction skills.
All right, first things first. Every good detective story needs a puzzle to solve, right? So let's set the scene for ours. Okay, I want you to imagine this. You're at home, maybe just relaxing, and from the next room, you start to hear someone playing a really complex, difficult piece on the piano. You can't see who it is, but you've got to figure it out.
Now, every good detective needs some clues. So here are the facts of our case. First, Mark is in the room, but let's be honest, he can't play an instrument to save his life. Then you have Carol, who, on the other hand, is a brilliant pianist. And finally, there's your neighbor, a total wild card. You have no idea if they can play the piano or not. So, who was it?
To crack this case, we need the right tool for the job. So, it's time to open up our Grammar Detective Kit.
And here it is, the progressive modal. Now I know, that sounds super technical, but trust me, it's not. It's just a special way we talk when we want to make a logical guess about something that's happening or was happening. It is literally the language of deduction.
Okay, let's start with the here and now. How do we use this tool to figure out what's going on in the present moment?
The formula for this is actually pretty simple. For any guesses you're making about right now, you just take a modal verb, words like may, might, or must. Then you add the word be, and then your main verb with an ing at the end. That's it. That's the whole formula.
So for example, let's say you're about to knock on Tom's door, but you pause. You don't know for sure that he's asleep, but it seems pretty likely, right? So you think to yourself, he may be sleeping. You're just making a logical guess about something happening right now.
But wait, our piano mystery, that already happened. So how do we tweak our tool to make guesses about things that were in progress back then?
Well, the formula just gets a little bit longer. For past events, it's your modal plus have been plus that ing verb. This one small change lets our detective skills travel back in time.
For instance, imagine you went over to Sue's house last night, but she wasn't there. You don't know for a fact where she was, but you could make a pretty good guess. Based on what you know about Sue, you could say she might have been studying. You're guessing about an activity that was in progress at a specific point in the past.
All right, detective, you've got your tools. You know how to make guesses about the present and the past? It's time to go back to the scene of the crime and finally solve this piano player mystery.
So, let's use our logic here. Look at those clues one more time. Who can we eliminate with like 99.9% certainty? This is our first big deduction. Exactly. We know for a fact that Mark has zero musical ability. So our deduction about the past is, it couldn't have been Mark playing. And just like that, we've eliminated our first suspect. Okay, so with Mark out of the picture, we're left with two people. Carol, the expert, and the neighbor, the complete unknown. Given that the music was really difficult, who's the most logical choice? It must have been Carol. She's the excellent piano player, after all. Our deduction uses that really strong modal, must, to show we're almost completely certain about something that happened in the past. And with that, case closed.
Hey, you're getting pretty good at this. Let's try a quick fire round just to make sure the skill really sticks.
Okay, you look outside your window and you see people walking around with wet, open umbrellas. Using a progressive modal, what's your immediate conclusion about what's happening right now? Go ahead, fill in the blank.
Of course, it must be raining. All the evidence points to that one very logical conclusion about the present moment. See how natural that feels?
So, we've solved the mystery, you've seen these tools in action. Now let's wrap this all up by making sure you know exactly what to take away from all this.
When it all boils down to it, this is what you need to remember. When you're making a logical guess about the present, you use modal plus be plus ing. And when you're deducing something about the past, you use modal plus have been plus ing. That's your entire detective kit right there.
And now one final case for you to solve all on your own. Your friend is running late. You've called them, but no answer. What's your deduction? What might they be doing right now that's making them late and unable to pick up the phone? Go ahead, think about it. You're already a grammar detective.